Hello, true duelists. It's me, Jacket Too Big Fee, and welcome to the new card report. Don't tell Twitter, but Konami is officially supporting the whites. Yes, the infinite forbidden truly brings the most forbidden thing of all. That's white women who don't want you on their property, or warn you to stay out or something. I don't know, it's like folk tales about white joke, please laugh. So no more delay, let's look at the least interesting archetype in terms of design I've seen yet from this set, because I am nitpicky and biased. Asteria of the White Woods is a level 2 light spellcaster with 0 attack and defense that while on the field can send 1 spell or trap card from your hand or field to the grave in order to special summon a light spellcaster tuner from your deck. And if it's in the grave, when a spell or trap card is sent to the grave to activate a monster's effect, you can summon this card back out. Just plop it back on the field for free. It's a bit of a yucky ash bait, all things considered, having to pitch a spell or trap, but it's not like that's the worst thing in the world, is it? And otherwise, it's tuner access from the deck. And you know, reading it, that it's at least something to do with spell and trap cards that will have either grave effects or recover themselves or do something beneficial. That, or maybe Konami has decided to pump the brakes a little bit and make decks that are a little less self-consistent and insane. No, I'm kidding, but can you imagine if they would just start doing that a little bit? It's level 2, so I'm sure someone will tech in Sprite and or Runic and or something stupid. And it gets tuners, so synchro plays will be happening for all the whites, which is appropriate. And really, there's not much else to say. Risette, this set of the White Woods is another level 2 with 0 attack and defense as a light spellcaster, and this one can special summon itself from the hand by sending a spell or trap from your hand or field to the graveyard, and it'll then add 1 White Woods monster from your deck to your hand. This one also has a graveyard effect, allowing you to add it back to your hand if a light spellcaster tuner is summoned onto your opponent's side of the field, which is interesting. This is effectively the Stratos at the cost of one of your spell and trap cards, and that's using the term cost correctly even. Surely, I don't need to validate the existence of a Stratos, so I won't. I'll just see that they were clearly summoning shit on the opponent's turn and praise Xenu that these cards are all light attribute, because I don't want to live in a world where Konami has to put another fucking deck spamming out the Calamity Lock on me. I've had enough of that. Please God, it's locals. You can win, just at least let me fucking play. My shout out to all the Centurion players. And with that, let's take a look at the tuners, because they're the tuner focus. Sylvie of the White Woods is a level 4 light spellcaster tuner with 1500 attack and 200 defense. On normal summon, this card will add a White Wood spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, which is solid. It also has a quick effect in the graveyard to target a White Wood synchro monster you control or in your graveyard, return that target to the extra deck, and then special summon itself out with the effects negated. That's pretty damn cool. Be a lot cooler if it could also search on its revival effect, but I don't know, maybe I'll be thankful for the fact that it can't if it ever gets stupidly good in the future. It's a self-summoning tuner and a Stratos type monster, so again, I don't feel particularly inclined to waste time explaining to you why consistency and recurability are good things to have, particularly on a tuner, but I do notice the dogs. The doggos, the Wolfatrons. The wolves. There's some nice Albinoric vibes going on here, as long as we assume that she's also crippled. That's yet to be seen, but I do know that we better get to her early on, because if you don't, you'll lose out on access to an easy Ancient Somber Smithing Stone. It's a sick fucking Elden Ring joke right there, dude. Mad topical. Fucking great. I don't even know fucking rap it. That's it. Great. Risia of the White Woods is another level 4 light spellcaster tuner. This one has 800 attack though, 1500 defense, and a name that I very audibly failed to pronounce correctly. This card can special summon itself from your hand while you control a White Woods monster, and it can send a spell or trap from your field or hand to the grave to draw a card, so that's cute. There's some light cycling and it's like, if you ash this, wow, are you stupid. It also has the same effect as the Wulf Girl, that is to quick effect summon itself from your graveyard by bouncing a White Wood Synchro monster back to the extra deck, but it will have its effects negated. A self-summoning, super self-summoning tuner, because it has 2 ways to bring itself out, getting plays going on your own turn independent of the opponent's, provided that your summons can stick. So that's solid. There's probably a joke here about Rogier, but you know, you have to have the sword there, but I gotta stop. I really have to stop making fucking Elden Ring nonsense jokes. So instead, I'll just say it's Synchro 6 Turbo, baby. Easiest access to Synchro 6s in your life, which means that with the level 4 tuners and the inevitable level 6s, there's probably some easy Barone Turbo going on here, right? They've got access to high-level synchros of their own, but come on. Come on, we all know where this is going, okay? It's called Barone Turbo. It's fucking the state of Yugioh. It's the fucking horse lady turbo deck. And speaking of their level 6 synchros, Silvera, Wulf of the White Woods, is a level 6 light spellcaster synchro tuner monster. Oh man, my entire little bit there about Barone was completely wrong. I'm an idiot. If only I could edit the scripts. Unfortunately, I simply cannot do that. Oh well, how much attack did 2 giant wolves get you? 1900 and 2400 defense. Cool. On summon, this card can Book of Eclipse the opponent's monsters, which is a very strong effect for a generic Synchro 6. It's not broken, but it does demand a response, so that is pretty cool. And it has an effect while on the field to give all your Spellcaster and Illusion-type Synchro monsters 500 attack, and it will make it so that they inflict double piercing damage when attacking a defense position monster. Get it? Because there's 2 wolves, so there's double attack. I don't know that that's the case, but it sounds right. It has 2400 attack practically, it does double piercing, and it's a Book of Eclipse on special summon, not even just synchro, so that's pretty solid. Now it is profoundly useless going first, but if that's the case, just make Charge Warrior and then climb into Barone. Yeah, that's right, I'm back, I'm still on Barone, okay? I've been on this shit from day one because it's a fucking generic negate. It's just great. You can't compete, damn it. Rasilia, the Wicked Witch of the West, or Wicked of the White Woods, is another level 6 light spellcaster synchro tuner, this one having 2000 attack and 1500 defense. On special summon, this card will let you send a spell or trap card from your hand or field to the grave to add any one White Woods card or light spellcaster from your deck to your hand. So there's consistency, and it adds easy access to any light spellcaster, be it, like Ecclesia or Effect Veiler, I don't know. It also does have a buff on field for your monsters as well, to give your Spellcaster and Illusion type synchros like another 500 attack, and it will also make them indestructible by the opponent's card effects. It's great to have this for, the better card and actual card to make when you go first, and not have an effective vanilla, because that's what the big wolves are when you go first. But it's, it's protection for your boss monsters, including an Illusion type synchro that they might have. Can you go ahead and guess and see what it is I'm going to be talking about next? Perchance? Can you guess what's coming after this transition? Legend of the White Woods, a normal spell card. Ha! Yeah, that's right, I subverted your expectations and am now thoroughly entitled to provide you with the worst ending to a video ever deemed possible by man, as proven by whatever the fuck it is they did to Game of Thrones. No, I'm kidding. About, that we're focusing on this. Game of Thrones ending did suck donkey dick. But no, I'm talking about the new boss monster here, Diabellze Fiend of the White Woods. A level 8 illusion type synchro with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. If this one's summoned using a synchro tuner monster as material, it'll let you add any spell or trap from your grave back to your hand, which is pretty groovy. Any spell and trap too, not even archetype specific ones, so that's quirky and cool. It also has a quick effect when the opponent activates a card or effect to send a spell or trap from your hand or field to the grave, and then allows you to special summon any level 7 or lower tuner synchro monster from your extra deck, grave, or banishment. So it's obviously in archetype to let you cheat out the wolves on the opponent's turn to then Book of Eclipse their board, but it also lets you access other things as well. I don't know exactly what it is you're going to be doing if you summon Formula Synchron with this effect, beyond watching it miss the timing and not get you a draw, but you can summon good old Formula with this, which is not nothing. It's not the strongest boss monster in the game, but thankfully they always have access to Barone. So, yeah, that's right, fucking that joke doesn't, it's the fucking horse lady again, goddammit. Anyways, onto the spell and trap cards. Legend of the White Woods is a normal spell card for them that is effectively their ROTA, but kind of worse, arguably. It adds any White Woods monster from your deck to your hand, but it will require you to control a Spellcaster or Illusion type monster. The benefit is, if it's sent to the grave to activate a monster's effect, it just sets itself back onto your field. So you can summon a monster, use its effect to pitch this and do whatever you're doing with that pitch effect, and then no matter what happens, you also can just ROTA afterwards, so that's good. It could be better by not needing monsters on board to be used, but, relative to the other deck that does this gimmick, that is Witchcrafter, it's playable as opposed to Witchcrafter, which is, unplayable dog shit. So that's nice. It follows the trend of better ROTAs technically, but only just barely. But that's fine for me because it means I can continue the ongoing scheme and meme of better ROTAs. I don't know, it's ROTA, dude. It's nothing exceptional, but you're fucking playing it. Beware the White Woods is another normal spell card, and probably there's a joke in here about, you know, warning you not to go to your white people. So you think I care enough, dude? White. As I said at the beginning, please laugh. This normal spell will require you to control a level 6 or higher spellcaster or illusion type monster, and will then let you target and destroy one of the opponent's cards. And just like the ROTA, if it's sent to the grave to activate a monster effect, it'll set itself back onto the field. Thank God all these effects are once per turn. Again, it's pretty solid. It's just, you know, point and shoot, but it's on any card, so provided you've got the monster to be able to activate this, you can use this to out floodgates or problem monsters or whatever. And the fact that it makes it so your monsters don't really have a cost again because it sets itself is just extra nice. It's fodder. It's by no means an outstanding 3 of, but like definitely a 1 of, maybe a 2 of if you want more pitch fodder, but like it's a solid little 1 of to search off the little wolves, because the little wolves search the spell trap. And then there's Whispers of the Sinful Spoils, because if you haven't caught on yet, this is actually a Diabellze lore deck. This is a quick play spell that will target a spellcaster or illusion type monster you control and return it to your hand or extra deck, and will then let you summon an illusion or spellcaster type monster from your graveyard or banishment. It also can set itself when used as the cost for a monster effect, and is pretty fine. I think it's solid, certainly in, you know, a sense. There are plays you can make with this to, say, dodge imperms or other forms of removal, or to revise something to get its effect, since you can use this to special out the BEEG wolves to book again on the opponent's turn if you haven't had a way to do so otherwise. There's things you can do with it, it requires some amount of setup, and isn't the most fantastic thing you can see. It's searchable off Diabellze, which is solid in this deck, obviously, so it's not a bad card, but I think the simple search and the pops will be more enjoyable and reliable in this deck than whatever this card is. Or I'm a fucking idiot, you tell me. And last up is a trap card, Woes of the White Woods, also known as Just Me. A normal trap card. This will let you special summon a White Woods monster from your deck, and will then have you immediately synchro summon a White Woods monster. So again, Wulf shenanigans on the opponent's turn, or maybe the level 8 to let you wait until they activate an effect to do Wulf shenanigans on the opponent's turn. Take your pick. This can also, of course, just set itself if pitched for a monster effect, which is solid. It would be a lot better if you could, you know, summon anything with this instead of just their archetype, but it's not bad, if only because, well, Book of Eclipse is a pretty damn strong effect to have on command. I do like the art on this one, though. The whole fairy tale thing that the spell and trap have going on is pretty cool, but this one has the monsters on it, and there's more red, so that's cooler. All in all, it's a very respectable deck, I think. Nothing here screams broken, but the plays are still not ignorable. The BEEG wolves, as I've said far too many times at this point, do demand an answer if the opponent is playing anything other than exactly all link monsters, which is most decks. And the level 8 being able to spam out a tuner synchro will probably be abused in ways that smarter minds than I will ultimately discover. But the need for, say, the trap to make plays using your tuners that can summon themselves otherwise on the opponent's turn is a little lacking currently. And while I don't think that the deck is weak, let's not pretend that you wouldn't rather face this over, say, Fire King or Tenpai Dragon or Snake Eye, because it's not really Fire King, is it? I've also heard talk of the branded synergies that this deck has, with the ability to access Ecclesia and Cartesia and Bingbesia and Flobezia, or what, fuck it, all of them, I guess. And I don't doubt that they exist, but there's really only 2 things I have to say about that. Number 1 is that branded is a fucking cult, and they'll talk about themselves no matter what cards or support is being revealed. And 2, far more importantly, Mr. World Champ has learned about runic Whitewoods. Yes, that's right, folks. There's no end in sight. He has said the line, and the future is filled with white women and Joshua Schmidt playing runic. My God. So let's just wrap it up and thank the sponsor of today's video, LIFD, for the ongoing support, the true Duelist approved way to show off all your favorite cards, and the also true Duelist approved way to support my channel financially. Look at that. Promo code YGOStrats15, whether you want to get yourself the single display or the 3 set, 15% off. Type it in at the discount code in the checkout or click the link in the description of this video. But either way, a big thumbs up to LIFD for the support and a big thanks for continuing to support my videos. So that'll wrap it up for this, the regular update. It's out on Friday, baby. You know we working on that script. Working on that script in the workplace. Boss comes in like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm typing away about children's trading cards. But that's life, baby. If you ain't hustling, you're dust. Lynn. I don't fucking know. Please hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. And remember, the minute you subscribe, you'll be impressing your smoking Italian wife and you'll become a true duelist.